If you're bored while writing a scene, the reader will be bored while reading it. That's a common piece of writing advice that Polina's referencing here, and while that may be the case, it's not always the case. Hi, I'm CM, an author and editor who posts craft videos here and extras on Patreon. Let's dive into boredom and writing. One of the reasons you may be struggling to get a scene down on paper is because it just kind of feels flat and uninspiring to you. You're tired of it. You want to get through it and move on to bigger and better things. If that is the case, you can ask yourself kind of a checklist of questions. What would happen if I just skipped it, like deleted it, didn't put it in the story at all? If that's not possible and you need it, then you can ask yourself, okay, well, is there a way for me to punch up the stakes? To make the point of view character have a harder time or suffer more? If not, and you're writing multiple point of view, well then can you change point of view character? Dip into the head of someone who's going to be more interesting to write the scene from. If not, well then is there a way to make your protagonist's goals clearer? Is there a way to add conflict or conflicting elements into the scene? If not, well then are there any transitions that are running long or any descriptions that could be pulled out? Places where you could use one sentence instead of two paragraphs. If not, and you're like, no, I genuinely think I need this exactly the way it is, I'm just bored and I don't want to write it. Then ask yourself, do you think you're bored because you've gone over this scene so many times in your head and in your outline that it's lost its juice for you? That happens to me and that happens to a lot of writers. When we're in it, especially if we iron over and over and over a scene as we're writing, I get bored from the repetition, and it's not necessarily a sign that the reader will be bored. And when it comes to those kinds of scenes, I just kind of have to muscle through it. Because point number 3 is, am I writing professionally? Am I writing to get paid? Is this a primary source of income for me? And that's not because there are special rules for professional writers. It's because when you are obligated to do something for money, it really psychologically and emotionally changes the way that you approach that task. You might be bored because you're about to put your 1,000th hour in on working on this manuscript, and a reader reading that same scene would be only on hour 1.5 on that manuscript. You can't stop working because you have a deadline, you need to get paid. And you love writing, but at this point it's still work, and you would rather be doing something else. Especially if you're neurodivergent, you're gonna get bored, you're gonna get antsy, you might start yawning. That happens to me. It doesn't mean that your writing sucks, it just means that now that you have gone professional, especially if you're a new professional writer, that your relationship to the creative process is going to be slightly different. And that's okay. You'll learn how to navigate and work within the boundaries of this new relationship too. It is always a good idea to interrogate and investigate those feelings of boredom. Just bear in mind that they might have different causes.